So today I'm going to discuss about Robert Gagne's 9-event abstraction. Robert Gagne proposed a series of events which follows a systematic instructional design process that share the behaviorist approach to learning, with a focus on the outcomes or behavior of instruction or training. The first event in Gagne's 9-event of instruction is gain attention of the student. Ensure the learners are ready to learn and participate in activities by presenting stimulus to gain their attention. Methods for gaining learners' attention include stimulate students with novelty, uncertainty, and surprise. Pose thought-provoking questions to the students. Have student pose questions to be answered by the student. Second is inform students of the objectives. Inform students of the objectives or outcomes to help them understand what they are to learn during the course. Provide objectives before instruction begins. Methods for starting the outcomes include describe required performance, describe criteria for standard performance, and learner establishes criteria for standard performance. Third is stimulate recall of prior learning. Help students make sense of new information by relating it to something they already know or something they have already experienced. Methods for stimulating recall include ask questions about previous experiences and ask students about their understanding of previous concepts. Fourth is present the content. Use strategies to present and cue lesson content to provide more effective, efficient instruction. Organize and chunk content in a meaningful way. Provide explanations after demonstrations. Ways to present and cue questions content include present vocabulary, provide examples, present multiple versions of some content, example, video, demonstration, lecture, podcast, and group work, and use a variety of media to address different learning performance. Fifth is provide learning guidance. Advise students of strategies to aid them in learning content and of source available. Methods to provide learning guidance include provide instructional support as needed, as scaffolds, which can be removed after the student learns the task or content. Model varied learning strategies, mnemonics, concept mapping, role-playing, and visualizing. Use examples and non-examples. In addition, providing examples, use non-examples to help students see what not to do or the opposite of examples, and provide case studies, analogies, visual images, and metaphors. Case studies for real-world application, analogies for knowledge construction, visual images to make visual associations, metaphor to support learning. 6 is elicit performance. Active student processing to help them internalize new skills and knowledge and to confirm correct understanding of these concepts. Ways to active learner processing include elicit student activities, ask deep learning questions, make reference to what students already know, or have students collaborate with their peers. Elicit recall strategies, ask students to recite, revisit, or recreate information they have learned. Facilitate student elaborations, ask students to elaborate or explain details and provide more complexity to their responses, and help students integrate new knowledge. Provide content in a context-rich ways. And 7 is provide feedback. Provide immediate feedback of students' performance to assess and facilitate learning. Types of feedback include confirmatory feedback. It informs the student they did what he or she were supposed to do. Corrective and remedial feedback informs the student the accuracy of their performance responses. Remedial feedback directs students in the right direction to find the correct answer but does not provide the correct answer. Informative feedback provides information to a student and confirms what they have been actively listening. This information allows sharing between two people. And analytical feedback, it provides the student with suggestions, recommendations, and information for them to correct their performance. 8 is assess performance. In order to evaluate the effectiveness of the instructional event, you must test to see if the expected learning outcomes have been achieved. Performance should be based on previously stated objectives. Methods for testing learning include pre-test for mastery and prerequisites, use a pre-test for endpoint knowledge or skills, conduct a post-test to check for mastery of content or skills, embed questions throughout instruction through oral questioning, and quizzes. Include objective or criterion reference performance which measure how well a student has learned a topic, and identify normative reference performance which compares one student to another student. And lastly, in 9 events of instruction is enhancing retention and transfer. To help learners develop expertise, they must internalize new knowledge. Methods for helping students internalize new knowledge include paraphrase content, use metaphors, generating examples, create concept maps or outlines, create job aids, references, templates, or wizards. To sum up, Gagne's 9 events of instruction can help build the framework to which to prepare and deliver instructional content. Ideally, you should prepare goals and learning objectives before implementing the 9 events. The goals and objectives will actually help situate the events in their proper context. The 9 events of instruction can be modified to fit both the content to be presented and student level of learning.